Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing okay. I'm doing okay. It is okay.
Well, Tim, that's better than doing bad, so we'll take it. We are here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte with, I believe, now round number 15 in this League of Outlaws IMCA-style modified season for the Big Papa Pridge 40. We're celebrating one of league members here. Currently second on the timing board in that number 14 machine is Matt Bridget. So practice is expiring. We're going to roll right into heat racing action. Don't forget, next week they're hosting IMCA-style modifieds on asphalt at the LA Coliseum. Here, that'll be very interesting to see. They've got a setup dialed in for that. That's coming up next week. I believe a 100 laps feature and $50 to win that one next week. If you need any info on that, get with us. We'll help you get in contact with the League of Outlaws Discord page and the admins over there. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for heat race number 1 here tonight. Row number 1 is going to be the Murphy brothers, Jared on the inside, James on the outside. Row 2 going to be Mason Setting and Corey Stanzel. And row number 3 is going to be Matt Pridgeon himself. Eight laps of distance, don't have to worry about any transfers. Here is everybody will make tonight's feature. 40 laps of distance in our A main. Series regulars on the front row, the Murphy brothers. They help create these IMCA-style modified setups that's used each and every week with the series. Mason Setting in the 110, a series regular. Corey Stansel, I believe, maybe his second or third start. They're outside of row number 2. Pace truck's already peeled off. Jared Murphy hits the gas. We are underway in heat race number 1. Jared out to the early advantage. Brother James working the outside with Mason Setting in the 110, working the inside. That's the top 3. They're trying to scoot away. Matt Pridgeon's already picked up 1 spot into 4th. Corey Stansel slides back to 5th. 1 lap in the books here at Charlotte. Oh, there's going to be contact. Matt Pridgeon, Mason Setting, slight contact. There, both cars going to continue to battle side by side. Setting gets loose, maybe even tight there in the center. Lost control of the car for a split second. That's going to allow Matt Pridgeon to scoot by into the 3rd spot for now, but Setting might try to challenge with a run. He's got a good run down the back straightaway. What does he do with it into turn 3 this time? All the way up on the cushion, loses some momentum now in the clutches of Stansel. Up front, James Murphy continuing to try to track down his brother Jared. Both cars going to work the middle part of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Kind of slide up on the exit.
Tate slid up trying to make the pass on the 110 of Mason Setting there through 3 and 4. They righted the ship. No other contact was made. He now looks to set his sights back on getting up there again.
Yeah, absolutely checking back on the battle up front here. Still a couple car lengths separating James and Jared Murphy. Jared continuing to lead the way as they come to the line this time. Already 2 to go in this one. About a second and a half back to Matt Pridgeon in the 14, and he's got a little bit of a distance back to Mason Setting there in the 110. Mason Setting has also put some distance between himself and Corey Stansel in that 33. White flag in the air for heat race number 1. That steady 0.3 of a second. James closes in just a little bit down the back straightaway, drives the car hard down to the inside, is going to stick it down there. Jared's going to let the car slide up on exit. He comes out at 4, crosses the line, and wins heat 1. James Murphy finishes 2nd. Matt Pridgeon there in 3rd, picks up a couple spots. Mason Setting 4th, and Corey Stansel rounds out the field there in heat race number 1. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for heat race number 2. 4 drivers. Series regular Tyler Bickford, and had some really good runs the past few weeks there in the 07 machine on the pole. Braden Keller, that's a new name with the League of Outlaws in the 67 to his outside. Row number 2 is going to be league owner AJ Hunsinger on the inside and Cody Martin on the outside. All right, Tim, I believe the pace truck's going to peel off down the back straightaway here. You can take the call for the start of heat race number 2.
Alrighty. Bickford's going to lead the rest of the 3 in heat 2 as he fires away. He gets a great launch over Braden Keller. AJ looks to the inside of Keller in that 67K machine as Keller pulls out ahead. You got the 18 up into the wall. Lost a ton of momentum. That's Cody Martin in the 9, who is now blinking. AJ looking back to get into the inside of that 67K machine as Bickford rounds around lap 2 to complete it, and he'll lead all 3 laps so far.
If anything, things might settle down just a little bit in single file for now. Track still getting run in a little bit. Bickford continues to lead the way. 3 complete, 5 to go. Braden Keller holding steady in that second spot. AJ Hunsinger in third. He was trying to make a move earlier, but now settling in, maybe trying a little bit of a different line, entering a little lower than the other 2 in front of him and kind of letting the car slide up through the center. He's going to do the same here in 1 and 2. Bickford and Keller in front are kind of using that middle to high groove, but AJ Hunsinger with the big momentum into turn 3 slides up and does chop some of that advantage to Braden Keller in front of him. He's going to continue to try to do that down here in 1 and 2. Going to pull beside him. Almost contact on the exit of turn 2. Both drivers keep going just fine. We're going to stay green. Bickford continuing to lead the way in his 07 machine, as we've seen in weeks past. He's been awful strong here in the last 5 races or so of this season, and showing that here at Charlotte once again. White flag already in the air. 8 laps went by in a flash here. Tyler Bickford rounds through turns 3 and 4 and out of turn 4 to the line. Bickford wins heat 2. Braden Keller holds on for position number 2. AJ Hunsinger across the line there in third, and Cody Martin rounds out the field in our second heat of the night. 5 minutes on the clock for tonight's warm-up session. These drivers are going to head out there and continue to work in the racetrack. While they're doing so, folks, we're going to step aside for a few moments and get a word from our sponsors over at Premier Racing Setups. All right, everybody, welcome back into the Buckeye Racing Network. Warm-up is coming to a close. Just about 40 seconds left in the session. You see the drivers was in the smaller screen there while we were at commercial break. They have been running the track in as best they can before we get tonight's feature started. You see a lot of guys have been choosing to run up towards the top to try to get that cleared off and get a good lane of racing up top. And they have done a good job of it here in the warm-up session. James Murphy, Tyler Bickford, no surprise there. Those two drivers top quick time here in our warm-up. Those two have been going at it for the past 4 to 5 weeks for the victories. So far, James Murphy has come out on the winning side of all of those. So is tonight the night Tyler Bickford finally gets his win in this season? We are about to find out, but first let's get through our starting lineup for our A main. On row number 1 on the inside is going to be Jared Murphy. On the outside is going to be Tyler Bickford. Row number 2 on the inside, James Murphy. On the outside is going to be Braden Keller. Row number 3 on the inside is going to be Matt Pridgen. On the outside, AJ Hunsinger. Row 4 on the inside is going to be Mason Setting. On the outside is going to be Cody Martin. And row number 5 is going to have one driver. That'll be Corey Stansel. There's your starting lineup for tonight's Big Papa Pridge 40 here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 9 drivers doing battle for 40 laps. Pace truck starts rolling, field rolls just behind it. All right, I believe we might have a couple of pace laps. We are going to, before we get the green flag in our feature. Tim, gonna have to be a quick one, but the driver you're keeping your eye on here.
It's been a long while since we've done this, but I'm gonna keep my eye on that 67K machine newcomer Braden Keller.
Yeah, he's shown some speed in his heat race. I think I'm going to go with league owner AJ Hunsinger on the outside of row number 3. He was trying some stuff out in his heat race. Let's see if he found something there to carry over into the start of our feature. But without further ado, our pace truck peels off. Jared Murphy, Tyler Bickford on the front row. Nice and steady, he hits the gas. We get the green flag out of turn 4. And look at James Murphy. Great start following his brother there. He's challenging Bickford on the inside. We might have a 3-way battle. Not quite. Jared with the momentum keeps it from being that way, but Tyler Bickford, James Murphy will remain side by side at the exit of turn 2. And they are right there, and we're going to get 3 wide for the race lead. Bickford in the middle, in between the Murphy brothers sandwich, and they kind of close that door and squeeze Bickford out of it down the back straightaway, but Bickford mounts the charge to the middle through 3 and 4, but James Murphy on the inside looking really strong, trying to take advantage of that bottom line, and will do so. Out of turn 2, James Murphy to the race lead. Look out, folks. Once he gets there, he is hard to pass. But as he slid up on the exit of 4, that allowed Jared, his brother, to close right in on the rear bumper. Look at Matt Pridgen. He wants to challenge Tyler Bickford for the 3rd spot. Braden Keller, Mason Setting right there as well. Battling side by side. That is Mason Setting and Braden Keller. Keller up on the cushion, Setting down low.
Yeah, look at that. Bickford went all the way down to the bottom. He said, to heck with the top, I can just roll the bottom here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it looks like he decided to move up, Tim, and the yellow flag is out. Looks like Corey Stansel in the 33 had a bit of an issue. We'll go back and take a look at what happened to him. You see the front end's already kind of mangled on his machine. Through turns 3 and 4, it looks like Stansel and Martin get tangled up, as Stansel didn't leave Martin enough room on the outside, and that's actually what caused the accident, was the pinching of Stansel to Martin, and that got Stansel turned all the way around and maybe knocked the right front tire off of his machine. It did. Oh, now it appeared back, but heavy damage to the 33 of Corey Stansel. He just could not get that car righted and out of harm's way, so race control had to throw that green or yellow flag. Well, in the first 5 laps, Tim, we've seen some good racing. The track looks like it's pretty racy. We've seen the cars fan out. We can use the very low line, the middle, and all the way up on that cushion.
Yeah, it looks to me like the inside is the line to be in, like almost off the bat. And then it's somewhere up top is where you're going to want to be the longer the run goes. So kind of like a Bristol asphalt race here.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get the green flag, we are back underway. James Murphy leads the way. Oh my goodness, that was tight into turn 1. Bickford tried to carry a ton of momentum in there, had to get on the binders to keep from running through James Murphy up ahead. Good heads-up driving from Bickford. Looks like Corey Stansel's going to head back out onto the racetrack and rejoin, but a lap down. Wow, what a move for Bickford, but Jared Murphy with a great move through 1 and 2. He turned it back underneath of him, and Jared's going to challenge on the inside of Bickford for that second spot. Those two got to be careful, though, because Matt Pridgeon is right there with him. He's looking to take advantage of any of those two slip up.
Bickford's going to clear Jared Murphy as Jared Murphy tries to squeeze in the little gap in between Bickford and Pridgeon. They do so. James Murphy, late decision to get down to the bottom as Bickford goes high. They're switching it up, going back and forth.
Oh!
And they're side by side. James Murphy made a mistake.
Absolutely, we do not see that very much here. James Murphy battling to maintain that top position as he has a host of drivers behind him. Bickford with the move on the inside out of 4. They're going to remain side by side down through 1, and a big time slide job from Bickford across the nose of James Murphy, but Murphy with the good momentum turns right back underneath of him and going to slide across the nose of Bickford through 3 and 4. James got into the outside wall. Just a little bit, not a heavy contact, but it was enough to hinder that momentum, and that allows Bickford to throw the big slider through 1 and 2. James going to return the favor here in 3 and 4. We are trading slide jobs, Tim. We couldn't ask for anything better here.
How many lead changes do we have so far?
I don't know, folks. If you're watching at home, please let us know. Somebody's keeping count. I have lost count. But
wow, Bickford powers out in front as James looks back to the inside. Pridgeon all the way around the outside of Jared. He's trying to make the pass for 3rd.
Absolutely good battling up here with the top 4. They've kind of separated themselves back to 5th place. AJ Hunsinger, he's about 4 or 5 car lengths now behind these top 4. Single file for the moment. Matt Pridgeon content with running up on the cushion, trying to make up just a little bit of ground to challenge Jared Murphy for the 3rd spot. Up front, Tyler Bickford continues leading the way, working the middle to high line. That time through 1 and 2, James Murphy tried something different, dropped it all the way down low. Let's see if there was anything down there. That gap's going to maintain the same at a 0.35 at the line. Lap number 16 completed there. Still a long way to go, though, in this one, Tim. Anything can happen. Drivers got to be mindful of their tires as this feature continues to wear on, and take care of the equipment so you have something for the final 10 laps.
Yeah, I think that's what James Murphy is doing now. He moved all the way down to the bottom, trying to keep it in a controlled slide. Uh, he's trying to do it, but he's also looking to hold off his brother here.
Yeah, absolutely. Jared Murphy has closed right up on the tail of his brother James. Matt Pridgeon's still hanging tough right there in the 4th spot. He hasn't let anybody in the top 3 go from his side. Tyler Bickford just ever so slightly has grown that advantage. We'll double check that at the line this time. At the line here it was 0.4. So just slightly growing that advantage, but he's moved all the way up to the cushion, and that's allowed James to close in just a tad bit. Bickford going to change that line in 3 and 4. Now this time was 0.31, so James Murphy 8 away by almost a tenth there that lap, and trying to do the same here. Looks like James, Tim, is just a little better through 1 and 2 now than what Bickford is.
Yeah, it might be just a little bit of that saved tires. Those laps where he ran the bottom just saved a little bit more of those tires. Or he's just using Bickford as a judge. I know that helps out when you're road racing.
Yeah, absolutely. While we've been watching the top 2, Matt Pridgeon's tried to take a peek the last couple laps on Jared Murphy as he's still searching for his way around that 64. Pridgeon's able to close right up just to a car length there. What's going to happen through 3 and 4? Both cars kind of using that slider line, but Pridgeon, really good momentum down the front straightaway this time. Let's see what happens in 1 and 2. Oh, Pridgeon just bangs the wall ever so slightly. Still going to remain about a car length as they work down the back straightaway. Back up front, Tyler Bickford still holding on to a 0.30 advantage. Here, it won't be too long. We got Cody Martin in front of the race leaders, and a yellow flag waves once again, I believe, for A.J. Hunsinger. He was battling the 67 of Braden Keller at the time. Big time slider here from Hunsinger through 3 and 4. Across the nose of Keller, and Keller actually did not really check up for Hunsinger, as Hunsinger did complete the pass as clean as he could. And Keller, instead of changing his line, just kind of ran right underneath Hunsinger and helped him around.
It could just be a big misjudgment. I don't know where the corners of this car is because you're sitting at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, folks, I mean, if you've never driven one of these race cars, it is something to behold, because you got to definitely adapt. That's for sure. And if you've never driven anything like this, it's something you have to learn to adapt to. But I imagine, A.J. Hunsinger, league owner here, had as clean a pass as you could ever hope for with a slide job like that. And I just think, like you said, Tim, I think the 67 of Keller just misjudged the exit and the differing speeds between the two race cars there.
Yeah, if you get a chance, you should go into the cockpit and show the viewers just how angled these cars are. They sit pretty awkwardly.
Yeah, absolutely. Once we get back to green flag racing, we will ride on board with one of the drivers. Here, as the green flag goes back in the air, Tyler Bickford gets us back underway after our first caution flag of the night.
Bickford slides up. I don't think he wanted to necessarily slide all the way up. I would have assumed he'd stay low. that allows James Murphy to get to the inside of him going into one as James slides
Wow.
up, almost hits the wall. I cannot believe the three
Oh.
wide, beating and banging Jared and Bickford, as Pridgeon is also like trying to say, hey, I want part of this action.
Yeah, Pridgeon does. He's been right there steady with these top four all night. James Murphy with a power move around the top to get back to the race lead. Tyler Bickford trying to hold on for a second as he's got Matt Pridgeon right there behind him and Jared Murphy down on the inside part of the racetrack. Jared Murphy with a good run down there. Going to continue to hold his own, but this time through 3 and 4, looks like Bickford is going to clear Jared Murphy, and that's going to make Matt Pridgeon and Jared Murphy side by side for that final podium spot. Bickford following right in James Murphy's tire tracks. Right into turns 3 and 4. Bickford really closed up that advantage. Almost touched James Murphy on the entry to turn 3.
We also have a tough battle going on for fifth. As I say that, AJ takes over that position.
Bickford made a little bit of a mistake through 1 and 2, got into the outside wall. Matt Pridgeon works his way around him in 3 and 4, but Bickford with a good run through the middle part of the racetrack through 3 and 4 to get back around Pridgeon. So Bickford into position 3 again. Jared Murphy into position 2, following behind his brother James. Three-tenths of a second separate the Murphy brothers, and then a big-time slide job from Matt Pridgeon as he slid up across the nose of Bickford. Bickford was able to turn right back underneath of him and retake that 3rd spot. Great battling here in the top 5. Like you said, you got Mason Setting and AJ Hunsinger side by side for the 5th position. As that battle continues raging.
AJ throws a slider again as Mason Setting looks to slide one right back as he gets a little too much and he's in the wall. Allows AJ to go right back, take over that P5 spot.
Yeah, absolutely. AJ into position number 5. Up front, Matt Pridgeon looks to make a big-time move on Tyler Bickford. Not going to happen there. Bickford holds on to that 3rd spot for now. Up front, James Murphy comes to the line, just 2 laps to go, with a half a second advantage to his brother Jared. Matt Pridgeon, a big-time slider through 1 and 2. Contact was made between him and Bickford. We'll keep an eye on this battle. Here out of turn 4, we're going to get the white flag, 1 lap to go. What a great battle for that final podium spot. Look at Bickford, a big-time slide job through 1 and 2. Pridgeon with some good momentum out of 2 and into turns 3 and 4. He's going to have a big-time slide job. We're going to keep the camera right here. James Murphy continues the win streak. Jared Murphy in 2nd, and Tyler Bickford with the great run through 3 and 4. Grabs that final podium spot. Awesome run, though, for Matt Pridgeon there. Coming home P4, but didn't let Tyler Bickford have that one without a great race. Wow, what an awesome finish for that 3rd spot here tonight, Tim.
Yeah, it was. No kidding. They came over the radio. They were congratulating each other for hard race there, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We always seeing racing like that on the Buckeye Racing Network. Couldn't ask for anything better to close out the night. Without further ado, folks, we are going to start our interviews here tonight. We're going to kick things off with Tyler Bickford in that 07 machine. Hey, Tyler, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, another fantastic night for you. Another podium finish. We know we've been talking about it week after week. You led a bunch of laps in the feature there. We got that caution flag, and the whole face of the race kind of changed. It bunched everything back up, and you had to try and fend off James Murphy there behind you. What was running through your mind once we got that yellow?
Why? Man, it was good racing, man. It happens. I knew on that restart I used my stuff up, so I was gonna start falling back. I was just trying to hang on for dear life there those last like 5 laps or so.
Yeah, absolutely. James Murphy hopped all over that restart and was able to snag it from you. Then you were holding on for dear life from behind, and it looks like you settled back in for a minute, and then had a little bit of an issue in 1 and 2 and kind of banged the outside wall. Had to gather the car up. You did a great job doing that and held on for third.
Yeah, man. I for some reason when I get above that cushion, I lose all force feedback, so I got to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, it was just good racing all around. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, do you have anything to ask Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler, I seen you throw a ton of slide jobs here. Is there ever any worry, or is there anything that you're aiming for uh to complete these slide jobs?
I'm on a single monitor, man. I full send it if I'm sliding it. So yeah, if I get into somebody, that's on me. But I just full send it when I do a slider.
Yeah, I know the single monitor struggles. If I ever dirt race, I'm right there with you. Um, but Tyler, another great run for you here tonight. Anybody you need to thank before we let you go?
I gotta thank you guys for the broadcast. League Outlaws for putting it on. East Coast Sim Sports. Um, I guess No Coast Customs now. It was Extreme Rap Studios, and then yeah, man, it's just everybody for racing me clean.
All right, Taylor. Congratulations on a great run here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. All right, that was Tyler Bickford, our third place finisher. Let's talk to our second place finisher here tonight. Hey, Jared, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What a feature race here tonight. The track widened out after that warm-up session. You guys were able to widen this racetrack out and provided really good racing in the top 4 or 5 spots here tonight. After we had that kind of late race yellow, it jumbled everything back up, and we had some great passing and good battles up front. You were able to come away with a second-place finish here tonight. Man, tell us how you did it.
I got a good job by heat race, and I hate leading races, especially on a track like this where you don't know what line it is. I fell back to third, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to finish here. And then that last caution came out. I said, hell, fuck it. I'm going to the bottom, see what's down there. And it worked out for me. I really found something there at the last couple laps. And then, of course, James moved down and showed me how to run it. That kind of embarrassed me, but it's all fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We know you guys being brothers always got to have some friendly competition here, but you guys come away with the top 2 spots here tonight. Tim, you have anything to ask Jared?
Yeah, Jared, what was the key to getting around this place as consistent as you did?
Throttle control. It's all about throttle control. It got real slick there at the end. I wasn't hitting full throttle halfway down the straightaway. It was just all keep your momentum up and search for the grip.
I'll tell you what, you guys definitely know how to get around these dirt tracks in these cars with these sets, so kudos to all of you. Before we let you go, Jared, who do you need to thank?
I'd like to thank y'all for all the awesome broadcast. Everybody with the League of Outlaws for their hard work. AJ Huntsinger for my rap and Talking Dirt.
All right, Jared. Well, appreciate you talking to us here tonight. We'll let you celebrate that top 2 finish.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't see James. Do you see James, Tim?
I not.
Well, hopefully all is good with Mr. James Murphy. He is tonight's big winner. Continuing on the win streak here in this season, he has not been beat but one time this year after an inverted feature. And he continues on the win streak here tonight. I see he's available to talk to now. Hey, James, it's Tyler and Tim in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I was just telling everybody at home, the win streak continues. chalking up another win here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Man, I tell you what, you and Tyler Bickford, you guys put on an awesome show. It seems like now each and every week. Great, fantastic battling. Bickford, you led early. Tyler got around you and led quite a bit. We had a yellow, and in typical James Murphy fashion, you found out a way on the restart to put everything out there and get around Tyler and bring home the checkered flag. What's the secret sauce you got after those restarts?
I pretty much just do what they don't, and I hope it works. You can't pass him by riding an entire track. So I was committed to doing whatever he didn't, and it paid off.
Yeah, it absolutely did in a big way. You were able to get up front and separate yourself from everybody behind you as they continued battling for second and third on back. Tim, do you have anything to ask James?
Yeah, James, what's the key to saving the tires as well as you do?
Just keeping the car straight and using the throttle a lot, and just you can't be on the floorboard the entire time. I would like to run around the bottom longer, but it just got to the top, and that kind of hurt the tires a little more. But I don't know if I had any better tire than them. I just got out to the lead and was able to hold on and kind of had the track to myself, and I didn't have to worry about racing somebody, and that's what really hurt your tires, racing them.
Well, like I say each and every week, James, you do one heck of a job with it in these cars and working on these sets for the league each and every week. Before we let you go tonight, anybody you need to thank?
Thank y'all for the awesome broadcast. Everybody with League of Outlaws, AJ Hunsinger for the rap, and Talking Dirt.
All right, James, again, big congratulations carrying on that momentum from last week into this week, and we'll let you celebrate the win.
I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, that's going to conclude our interviews here tonight. We're going to wrap things up from the dirt track at Charlotte. Tim, closing thoughts from you.
Yeah, just an awesome race tonight. I'm excited for what is it, next week? Yeah, next week. Are they going to be around the Coliseum?
Yeah,
It'll be real interesting to see how well these guys go around there.
yeah, tonight was awesome. The track really widened out. They could run up at the top, in the middle, at the bottom, and make passes here tonight at Charlotte. You know, I talked about it at the top of the show. You just brought it up. This series is going to the LA Coliseum and running these cars on the asphalt. They've got a special setup built, and it can run around there like an asphalt car. So if you're watching at home and are interested in that event, let us know. We'll get you in contact, get you the Discord information for the League of Outlaws so you can partake in it. I do know there is an entry fee. I believe it's $5, and they're giving $50 to the winner next week of that LA Coliseum race. It's going to be a 100-lap feature event next week. That's going to be right here on the Buckeye Racing Network at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night, we are going to be live with the Regal Promotions Esports Winter Heat special event. That's going to be winged 410 sprint cars, open setups around one of our favorites here on the Buckeye Racing Network, the Eldora Speedway. We'll be live with them tomorrow night for the first time in a little while, so come on out and be a part of that with us. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you already haven't to know each and every time we go live right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. But that will do it for us tonight from Charlotte. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.